Good morning. So I'm just chilling in my car while my husband's in a work meeting, so I thought I'd take this opportunity for just a few minutes here to talk about kind of how our business is structured currently and what we're doing and why. So right now, probably the easiest place to find us other than YouTube is Instagram. You can find us at Wild Blood Herbs. And in Instagram, that's kind of where I post the most updates, teach a little bit, but it's more about where I'm at currently, what I'm finding, what products are going to be available, and when. In Instagram, there's also a link in our bio up at the top. It's a link tree, so it has a variety of places you can go. Our website is currently linked in there, and that one is wildbloodherbs.bigcartel.com. So the website is where our products are available for single purchase. We have teas, tinctures, and capsules, and there's a little bit in there about herbs in general, but mostly other links to our other platforms, such as YouTube. YouTube is the place where I kind of teach more. I believe in the accessibility of herbs and herbal medicine. I wouldn't be doing this otherwise. So this is a really nice free platform to be able to teach how to identify herbs, showing them in the wild, just talking about why we personally use herbs. And then I've also got kind of a series of various, like specific to a variety of conditions and herbs that are said to be able to help with those the most. In Instagram and on the website, you will find a link to our Patreon page. And Patreon is the place where I'm offering herbal subscriptions. So if you find a product that you really, really enjoy, that you want to have all the time, I offer herbal subscriptions, and each tier is based on the type of product. So right now, the lowest tier is stickers right now. The second tier is teas, and the third tier is tinctures. I haven't been able to make enough of the capsules yet to offer them, but hopefully that'll be in the future. So I'm hoping to either add another tier or kind of like bring them down so that tier 1 would be teas and going on from there. But right now we got stickers, teas, and tinctures that are available. And those ship every other month. So, and most of our products are big enough sizes that they'll last 2 months. So that's kind of why I did it that way. Most herbalists will sell their tinctures at like 1 ounce bottle sizes. I do 2. So it just gives you more for longer, and you can utilize them depending on how much you need, especially if it's an everyday thing. That 2 ounce bottle just seems to last longer and do a little better that way. So for the most part, those are our main platforms. So Instagram, our Big Cartel website, Patreon, and then obviously YouTube. I have written a couple little Kindle books. I'm going to be working on revising those, making them a little more like in-depth, and those are available either on Amazon, Kindle. There's a link in the link tree as well, and I also have them available on Patreon. So most folks don't know that Patreon actually has little storefronts in it, and I am offering the same books on Patreon for half the price than they are on not YouTube, sorry, Kindle. So it's just kind of a little more incentive. You can also be a free member of Patreon. It won't give you access to tiers. There's no subscription involved with being a free member, but you can have access to a couple of the public posts that I've done. I'll show us a couple of examples of what each tier does look like so you can see before you decide to subscribe to a tier. There's a lot of information on Patreon. I've done a lot of work writing various posts. I think there's like 80 of them up now, and those are each a little more in-depth dive of herbs you should know. And then I also included some of the folklore, the mythology around some of the herbs, and spiritual uses, just historically. And it's fun information, so I'm always very interested by that kind of stuff, so thought I'd include a little bit there, like more extra that I don't usually talk about, like when we're here on YouTube. Mostly here on YouTube and Instagram, I'm more focused on the like practical physical uses of these herbs. I also have an Etsy store that's linked in both the website and Instagram as well. I'm an artist. I love making things. It's just kind of a side thing that I do, and I've never been able to stop. So I make a lot of different jewelry, and I'm hoping to get some like actual artwork up. I have some paintings I'm going to be working on soon. Might make some prints of those, stickers. Probably mess around with some clothing. I made this hat. And, it's always a work in progress. My creativity's all over the place, so there's always something unique and different up there. And it just kind of changes based on what my moods are. That's more of just a side thing, a thing I do for me. If you're creative, you feel better when you're creating, and it's, part of our life, so I'm no exception. And I've just made some available for folks because if I create all the time like I want to do, I would be living in a house like a hoarder of just art and crafts, which is not a bad thing, but I need to clear some space out. So it's more of a, if you just want to take home some cool earrings, jewelry, necklaces. I made a cool choker with antler pieces. I'm pretty proud of that one. And it's in the Etsy store now, at least as of when this video is posted. I'm having a hard time not keeping that one, but I want to make more, so I'm trying to let that one go so that I can then make more. But, so that's kind of the, not really super related to the herbs, but I like making art out of, like, natural materials and things I find in the woods, because I find some cool stuff while we're out there, and it's not always herbs. It just depends on where we're at, and, all of that, so, those are our main platforms at the moment. I do have a free download in the Instagram link tree. It'll be one of the first options. And that's I've just been calling it the pollinator packet or the pollinator pamphlet. It's just a little bit about native pollinators, why they're important, and why we should care about native pollinators, especially when we're saying save the bees. I kind of believe in turning that narrative around and turning it more toward native bees and pollinators than honeybees, because you might not know, but honeybees are not native to the United States or North America. They were brought over from Europe, and it's one of the reasons they have a hard time here. But there are a variety of native bees, as well as other pollinators. We have moths, we have bats, hummingbirds, some other birds in general, even some flies are pollinators. So it's important to know about your area and what the local pollinators are. So There's a free download. You can, all it takes is just an email address so it can send it to you. And then you'll be part of a list where I'm actually going to try and do a newsletter as well. So if you download the Pollinator Packet, you'll automatically be signed up for the newsletter. And I haven't really structured the newsletter yet. I'm still kind of trying to figure out what to do with that and where to go with it and how to kind of add the value to that thing that people would want to see. I really hate when my inbox gets all full of newsletters that I never read. So I'm trying to figure out a way to make that more valuable to people. But yeah, so that's kind of what we're doing, what we're about, where we're at, and, just either the best places to go are Instagram and our website. So at Wild Blood Herbs, wildbloodherbs.bigcartel.com. Pretty much everything else is linked on those two. So you can find a lot, and just kind of created a space that you guys can just explore, see what we're all about and where we're wanting to go. And because the whole idea right now is just saving up enough for us to get some land over on the Washington coast that's ours. Times are hard right now, so we're living in a travel trailer on my mom's property, but the idea is to get some land, that way we can grow our gardens and our herbs, like the lemon balm and the catnip and all the garden herbs, as well as be close enough to wild spaces where we can easily harvest all our wild herbs. And then my dream of dreams would be to create a little native pollinator refuge where we either operate as a nonprofit or work with other folks to kind of create a place where people can come and get to know different native pollinators, learn why they're important, and learn how to help them in their own lives, in their own gardens. So that's kind of just a quick rundown of everything. Hope to see you on any of those platforms. Likes, comments, shares helps a lot, so please feel free to share anything that I post. We're trying to get our business, our name out there, and that's more just to, create that stability where we can operate and get our land and keep running from there. So see you around, and thanks for being here.